today. And I guarantee you that today is going to be a beautiful day. Or at least it can be. We can all have a beautiful day. No matter what kind of day lies ahead, we can make the best of it. That's one of the great things about it. We make the best of every single day that comes up. Quick visual descriptor: I have long brown hair, glasses, a black coat and hood, a blue overcoat, coffee in hand. The snow is starting to melt, and the river is behind me. We're up here in the gazebo still because the trails are not entirely accessible yet. That's okay. It happens. Though I cannot wait for the trails to be accessible again because I'm looking forward to getting down right next to the river again. Hopefully here in another month. We're going to see how long it takes. We had a record high temperature near here over the weekend. See, last week it was, we had single digit and below freezing temperatures. And then over the weekend, it shot up to 75 degrees. And now this week, it's back down to the 30s, but it's above freezing. So that is something. It's pretty nice. I hope you have your coffee, your tea, whatever it may be. Whatever makes your day all the better. Whatever gets you going. Hot beverage, cold beverage, iced coffee, hot coffee. However you think. This is pretty good. I'm going to talk about something slightly historic for a moment to get us rolling off. J.R.R. Tolkien, famous author, writer, and a creator of what is inarguably a very new modern day mythology, which permeates movies and books and games and a lot of Western culture now. Published The Hobbit in 1937. Now, before he published The Hobbit in 1937, he had actually spent many years building the languages, the world, everything but the story. He researched and he put so much time and love into his work, his creation, going as far as to create several languages from the ground up, and then developing the world, and then developing the story. So in 1937, when he published that first book, he had already put a lot of time and a lot of research and a lot of work and love into what he did. And then he continued to write for decades afterwards, up until his passing in 1973. But as of the 2020s, new works from Tolkien are still being published because feverishly throughout his entire life, he kept working and focusing on his creation and what could be argued as a single, unending project. It was his life's work. But of course, this isn't the only way that a creator or an imaginative mind can give to the world. Some people will spend their entire lives working towards a singular goal or working on a singular thing. And this is absolutely amazing and absolutely wonderful. But I also know from talking to and being involved in conversations with other writers all over the internet, that many of us, myself included, oftentimes have a large number of projects either all going at once or all kind of waiting in the wings. We start a lot of different things and keep going. Myself, I've been working on one set of projects that are all connected uh, for almost a couple of decades. But then again, I also have lots of other projects and lots of other focuses and lots of other things that I work on between art and writing and film and these live streams where we get to have wonderful conversations. I have so many different projects going. Now, depending on what type of creative person you are, you might be the type who's working continuously on one project, on one goal. Or maybe you're like some other creators like myself who have many projects and many goals, many things you wish to achieve. The great thing is, both ends of the spectrum and everything in between is right. There's no one way to be a creator, and there's no one way to focus. However, you have to ask, how many projects are you working on? How many goals do you have? Do you feel that you're stretched thin, or do you feel as if you're making the right amount of progress with what you're putting your energy into? Are you achieving each one of these goals, finishing each one of these projects? Or if you're more of a singular mind, are you hitting all the milestones that you set for yourself on that one giant project that you might spend many, many years working on? And that's really what it comes down to. One little thing, and that's, are we hitting all of our milestones, all of our goals? Are we focusing on what we're doing? Now, I know that because I take on many different projects at once and I have many different goals, I have to go ahead and make sure I'm achieving those goals. And to achieve those goals, I have to split my focus. And the best way that I found personally for me to split my focus is to break it up. And there's lots of different ways we can break up our focus. Not everyone is going to be able to put all of their focus and energy into a lot of different things. In fact, many people won't be able to, at least not all the time. So, really, to help our focus, we need to split up our time and then focus on small goals. Now, I've talked about this before, focusing on small, achievable goals to get where we want to be, to get where we're going. But in this instance, I'm going to be a little more specific. If you have a project, or many projects, however many projects you have, if you haven't done it already, you need to start breaking those projects down into a step-by-step, whatever those steps might be, or just hitting your milestones. What are the things that you need to achieve in order to get to that next point, in order to finish one part of that project and put it off to the side? That part's done. We move forward. You get your next milestone. That part's done. You move forward. And that's really what we should be doing. Now, again, this is just my experience and my opinion, but I think it would be very valuable for many people out there to consider the possibility that even if you have one enormous project or many smaller projects or many, many, many projects, all of them can be achieved. All of them are achievable and completable Uh, but it has to be broken down into points, milestones, and goals. So if you're a writer, those goals could be broken down into anything from a page to a chapter to a book. And of course, you can make small goals and large goals, and you can make overarching goals. So if you want to complete a book, that is a goal. But you can go ahead and you can break that down further, you know, set yourself milestones. I believe the average amount of time it takes for a writer to complete a book is somewhere around 6 to 8 months. With that in mind, depending on the size of your story, and of course that can be much shorter or much longer, depending. But if you're a writer and that's something that you want to do, break it down into your goals and your milestones. So your primary goal is I want to complete this book and publish this book. And then your smaller goal will be the pages, the chapters, the scenes. Maybe you're going to have 12 chapters. So now you have broken down your large goal into 12 smaller goals. And then, of course, maybe each one of those you want to be a certain number of words or a certain number of scenes. So if you're going to have 4 major scenes per chapter, well, now you can break that down further. So as opposed to, just 12 chapters, these are my goals. Set your goals as completing those 4 scenes per a chapter. And that's going to make it bite-sized chunks, much easier to do, and much more achievable for your overall project focus. Morning over there on Twitch. I hope you're doing excellent today. Of course, I'm coming to you all right now through Restream, which of course is broadcasting me out to YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn. Absolutely wonderful that I can come to so many people all at the same time on so many different platforms. It's a great thing. And of course, it allows more of us to interact and talk. It's absolutely wonderful. Now, project focus and focusing on our projects is not just saying you have a project and then I'm going to do this project. Really, I encourage you to set milestone goals, large, mid-sized, and smaller goals to make it all the easier to accomplish your major goal. And if the project that you want to work on is one that's a singular project that maybe will take many, many years, consider all the major goals within that larger lifelong goal you have. Focus on all those projects. We can't give ourselves to all of our passions all at the same time. But we can divide our focus, break it down into focusing on smaller, more achievable parts to help us get to where we want to be. It's the best time to remind you to get yourself a cuppa, coffee, tea, whatever it may be. You deserve an extra cup today. Heck, maybe you deserve 2 or 3. So make sure to get yourself a cuppa, hot beverage, cold beverage, whatever makes your day better, best, wonderful. Set the coffee down for a moment. I'd like to end today by talking about one of my projects, which is coming in small bite-sized chunks. And it's 30 Days in the Apocalypse with Dr. Sciencio Magnifico. Now, it's available currently through Kindle Vella. And depending on where you're joining me, there's going to be a link somewhere nearby where you can go ahead and you can check that out, and you can get into this story. Now, it is a sci-fi comedy of sorts taking place in the apocalypse, focusing on everything from internet celebrity to very current and relevant concepts. Our likes, our follows, subscribers, and the way we try to put ourselves out there. And of course, all of this is framed within the wonderful concept and architecture of internet celebrities in an apocalyptic world. We're still trying to do their best and achieve the widest reach they can. It's really fun. It's really funny. I already have one review on it, which is absolutely wonderful. So you go ahead, if you have the opportunity, follow that link, check it out. It comes out in episodes. And that's one of the great things about Kindle Vella. Kindle Vella actually allows a writer to publish individual episodes, usually falling around less than a couple thousand characters per episode. So they're all going to be small bite size. You can read the first 3 episodes of any project on Kindle Vella for free. And after that, if you enjoy it, you can go ahead and you can buy additional episodes as they come out. It's not only a wonderful way for a writer and an author to introduce you to their story, but it's a wonderful way to give some focus. Readers have the ability to find stories they truly like without having to necessarily buy it. But also, readers have the ability to look through many, many stories, and maybe they'll find a lot that they really enjoy. So do consider checking it out. Thank you for all the emotes over on Twitch, and thank you so much for your compliments. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to share that link one more time. Do consider hopping over to Kindle Vella, checking out 30 Days in the Apocalypse with Dr. Sciencio Magnifico. And if you read the first few episodes, there are others after, but consider leaving a review. I would appreciate it so much, as every review helps an author tremendously. It can be said that a review on a book or a review on a story is probably the best marketing that an author can have, and that's your feedback. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. I hope that you have the ability to put your focus into anything and everything you want to do, no matter what your goals are. Make sure that you're putting the proper focus on your projects, no matter how many projects you have, and break them down into smaller goals and achievable points. That'll make it easier for you to do what it is you want to do. Thank you so much for being here today. Get yourself a cuppa. They're quite lovely today, but I am out of here for now. So take care, be excellent, and I'll see you all again real soon. Bye, everybody. This is some good coffee.